And a partner for life to have and to hold, don't forget. I suppose so, but alliance first. Your mother leads you to the great hall, where she's arranged 3 portraits on easels. For now, each is covered by a cloth. Alright, let's see him. He whisks away the cloth from the first portrait. This is Odwin, firstborn daughter of the Northern Unknown Laws clan. She's your typical northern lass as far as I can tell, big and loud, and all the social graces of a goat, but means well. Not gonna lie, she's kind of a total babe. I won't be able to stay for much longer, so I can't join right now. I do like the mood of your stream, though, so I followed to maybe catch one of your future ones. I stream almost every day. I do upload to YouTube every day. But yeah, I'll be around, and my schedule's very accurate, or has been so far. So I'm happy to have you around. Hope to see more of you. Is the king impressed? The king is impressed. That is the hottest heir or potential spouse I've seen yet in all of my playthroughs. She's made herself quite wealthy in a series of shrewd investments. She was already engaged once, but it didn't last. No one's sure why. I can see the appeal, I suppose. This is Vladina, the eldest heir of the Eastern punk radical dynasty. They're a good-looking one, eh? Not a bad word is said about them. Everyone likes them. See that beautiful fur coat they're wearing in the portrait? Wolf pelt. Hunted it themselves. They did have to suppress a peasant revolt on their land recently. I wonder why. Intriguing. Cheeks are a little gaunt. I do like those glowing red eyes, though. Forget love or power. Are they hot? I mean, when I know very little about them? No, there's no digging myself out of that hole. I said it. I am smitten with the northern one. What's her name? I fall in love with her. I fall in loved with her. That's how... Yep. See, I can't even get my tenses right. That's how tense I am about the whole thing. What's her name? Listen, I love what's her name. She and I are going to have so many babies, like what's his face and that one over there. They're going to be great. And finally, from the south, Katano, the eldest son of the Applerponk lineage. He's reputed to have an ego the size of the sun, but there's nothing wrong with confidence, right? He's an obsessive gambler, a pastime frowned upon in the south. Been the cause of quite some scandal. The most common criticism of him is that he sometimes skips church. Yeah, I don't like the look of him. We don't have a raid quote. A raider from Koopa Commander. What is this? Did I get raided? Is raiding with a party of one. Thanks, Koopa Commander. I've never been raided before. Thank you. Howdy. What do you think? Of course, by picking a candidate, you'll anger the other regions, but you'll gain a lifelong alliance. Hey! If your stream's over, are you gonna hang out? Can't log in. Okay, that's fair. But thank you so much for raiding me. I've made my decision. Yeah, at least for a bit. Cool, cool. Odwin of the North. Excellent, I'll make the arrangements. Odwin. Or Queen What's-Her-Name, if you'd rather. Defiance is now loyal. Defiance is insolent. Insolent, yeah, okay. I may be leaning a little too heavily on the North. They're just so cool. Especially Queen What's-Her-Name. Yeah. Queen What's-Her-Name. Oh. You know, my next ruler will be Queen What's-Her-Name. I never stick with, like, the same dynasty because I like to, I like to shift up the factions. And if you continue your dynasty, it looks like you have to play with the same ones. Somebody correct me if they know that's not true, but that's what it looked like to me. Far in the east, Count Mr. Moosh is hosting a dinner party in his castle with a few distinguished guests. The kingdom's fine. No one's calling for the monarch's advisors to resign. We need to step it up. More chaos. More panic. Then we can swoop in and offer the monarch an olive branch. Indeed. And if they don't want to take it, we'll smack them with it until they give in. Count's aim is to lower stability to 4 or less. Yeah, if you continue a dynasty, you play with the same ones. Yeah, that seems a little dull to me. I hope they mix that up in the update, or at least give the option to. Unless, if you play as, like, if you continue a dynasty, does it opens up more storylines. Yeah. That was just what I was going to say. That would make sense. Okay. In a picturesque castle overlooking the southern city of Calaville, 2 Grandees lie back and enjoy the sun. Appler Punk is on top of it today. Oh man, does that mean they're going to burn me at the stake now? Maybe. Praise be. Whispers of our plan have reached the peasants, and they are in an uproar. They call for the sins of the monarch to be laid bare. Faith is devout. I already have leads on information from inside the palace that we can use against the monarch. It's only a matter of time. We have the High Inquisitor on our side, but we must also sow dissent among the other regions. We won't succeed alone. In the next stage of their scheme, the Grandees must raise other regions' defiance to a combined total of at least 8, or ensure another region begins a rebellion in 3 seasons. I mean, at least 8? I see 8. Combined total of the other regions. Okay, so it's not including your own there. Okay, let's see. Stop the count seems really rude. I'm not gonna do that. I'll get some swing votes. Like, I could increase my stability, but, like, counts are already falling behind. As Chief Mage, I would like to cast Iron. Or, sorry, Chef Mage? Oh, cast Iron. Oh, man, that took me way too long. Dang. I read the words, but not their intent. You got me. You got me good. Anyway, I've got a decent number of viewers now, so I should mention, if you want to join, just type !join, followed by your preferred pronoun, and it will randomly assign you to one of these factions. You can't stick around. Oh, we've got a banana. Alright. You are a Chief of the North, and looking pretty rad, too. Like the diadem. I wanted to call it a tiara, but it didn't seem quite right. Okay, here's the thing. I'm going to dive right into the wedding, because I am deeply in love with Queen What's-Her-Face. Your wedding to Queen What's-Her-Face, naturally, the talk of the kingdoms. Nobles and peasants alike travel from across the realm to attend. For a week and a day, the capital is one giant party. It feels like you're the only one not taking part. Instead, you're getting ready for the ceremony. Soon enough, you're standing in St. Bertrand's Cathedral with What's-Her-Face at your side. I'm not a chief chef mage. Chief chef shake? Well, party parrot. Do you take this woman as your lawfully wedded wife? Heck yeah. Heckin' yes. And I pronounce you married in the eyes of the kingdom. He started to turn into a troll there for a second. After the wedding, of course, there's a feast, and after the feast, a dance. Your new wife, What's-Her-Face, dances so vigorously that she spills wine all over herself. By the time you find yourself alone with What's-Her-Face, it's past midnight and you've never felt more tired. Where do evil rainbows go? The Skittles, Hades? Prism. It's a light sentence that gives them time to reflect. I like it. Oh, that reminds me. Moosh, I figured out a way to farm mushrooms in Vintage Story. You just need to give them as mushroom as possible. As mushroom as possible. Okay, cool. By the time you find yourself alone with What's-Her-Face, it's past midnight and you've never felt more tired. Good God, I am so drunk, and yet somehow not drunk enough. Time for more wine. Servants, bring us wine. Haha, that's the spirit. Applerpunk is not a dad, but still tells dad jokes. She's a faux pas. Groans. Oof. Trying to remember another one I heard recently. Haha, that's the spirit. Let's see. I mean, I don't want to move too fast with my wife. So, yeah, we'll hover-hand it a little bit. What did you think of the wedding? It was damn beautiful from start to finish, wasn't it? I had a whale of a time. Yeah, that's enough romancing. Shall we go to bed together? No time like the present, eh? She swigs back the last dregs of her wine and leads you to bed. You can't see this chat because of my VTuber, but I am blushing so hard right now. I was really worried where that was going. I was gonna read a romance novel to you. Let's lighten the mood with an escaped experiment. Apparently something has escaped from the cellars of Conte Punk Radical's castle. I've asked for an eyewitness report from a local. I'm seeing emotes I've never seen before. I do like the cat booty shake. Is that when you're supposed to let your hair down? On Saturday night? Yeah. But I have not drunk nearly as much wine as the people on the screen. Oh, that's a cat butt. I've seen plenty of those. I've got 2 cats. I am quite familiar with the rear end of the cat. I recognize that more than their faces at this point. I've asked for an eyewitness report from a local. I work in 2 hours. Someone carry me. I mean, I have some absinthe I'm willing to share. Whoa, dang. Going straight to the... What is... Wormswort? Yeah, Wormswood? Whatever that stuff in absinthe is. I haven't had it in a wormwood. That's it. Yeah, I haven't had that in ages. Absinthe, that is. I don't like just eat chunks of wormwood. Hello, Your Majesty. It was a right unholy sight. A monster stitched together from parts dug up from the village cemetery. I recognized my Aunt Edna's earlobes. An abomination. That's right, Your Majesty. I damn near piddled in my britches. This creature's my life's work, Your Grace, and my son. Ooh, what a twist. His escape was regrettable. He just wanted to see the village up close. Rest assured, I have chained him up far more securely in my dungeon to assure this won't happen again. I do the same with my son. It's too late for that, Conte. You and your unholy creation must be burned. It is the only way to cleanse the world of your evil. Whew, this is intense. Let's throw the swing votes in there. Let's get wacky. So, swing votes, after you vote, you can change your vote at any time and you can just flip-flop all wibbly-wobbly. Do you burn both Punk Radical and their monster? Burn the monster, let the Conte live. Let the monster live, as long as it stays imprisoned. Or feed the monster. Free the monster, not feed. Set him free. Alright. Votes, votes, votes. Burn the monster, let the Conte live. Applerponk wants to go for the double murder, the double homicide. And there's a vote for freedom. Now, just a reminder, you can shake it up if you like. Oh! And Applerponk switched the vote at the last possible second. Burn the monster, but let the Conte live. No! Burn me if you wish, but spare my beautiful boy, no! Conte Punk Radical's hideous creation is burned at dawn, filling the village with a choking, acrid smoke that doesn't dissipate for days. Oh, faith up. Riots spread across the east as the common folk protest that Conte Punk Radical themselves has been allowed to escape justice. Look, I have a monarch to overthrow. You just torched that guy's son. I saw you do it. I know like 2 other people voted for that, but wow. It was you. You were just like, oh, all you need is me? I'm going in for the kill. Your esteemed highness, I bring troubling news. Someone take the knight's name in vain again. Not quite, your highness. A group of individuals in the east are meeting in secret to preach heretical teachings and engage in rituals. They are worshippers of deposed gods. They believe that the 8 will return one day to cast down the 9th god and all his followers. In other words, they are devil worshippers. Regrettably, I require the Council's permission to launch a proper investigation. Otherwise, my inquisitors would have destroyed the cult before it had a chance to spread. I can't click that one. I'll hold a vote. Reverse voting. The option with the least votes will pass. So send the Inquisitors to the east to investigate the cult. Faith up, stability down. Deny Inquisition in the East, faith down. Repeal the law that prevents the High Inquisitor from investigating at will. Faith up, defiance up, authority up, stability down. Remember, least voted for thing wins. Probably should have said that before I clicked begin voting. Again. Yeah. It looks like High Inquisitor is going to be the highest Inquisitor now. Let's see, I think we've got this, yeah. There was a chance for some like last second votes in there to shift things up. The unexpected legal change sows division and discord among the nobles, many of whom are flabbergasted by the increase in the Inquisition's already formidable powers. The High Inquisitor, meanwhile, wastes no time in rooting out the devil worshippers and bringing them to justice. The fetid corpses of the heretics are soon swaying from the battlements of the Svetos, the town where the cult had begun. Yeah, I said that word in a way. Svetos? The Shvetas. The Shvetas in the east. Far to the north, where snow blankets the landscape and wolves howl in the night, the chiefs plot to bring about the end of the world. Ragnarok. Praise Morgana! Initial talks with the ice giants are going so well that they've gifted us a new patch of fertile land in the northern valleys. Your farming's up. The gods are good. With luck, this will be the foundation of an alliance strong enough to rock the world. Aye, the ice giants are a formidable ally, tall as a building and limbs like tree trunks, and those southerners don't know how to fight them like we do. The Ragnar talks are going well. I like that. I like that a lot. But first, we must offer something the giants desire. A whole kingdom's worth of pillage. Just what I was thinking. We fill the kingdom with bountiful goods and plunder. The giants won't be able to resist. For the next stage of the chief's scheme, they must raise other regions' trade to a combined 12 or more in 2 seasons. Now, let's see. Right now, you've got some number. You've got 11. You need to raise it by 1. Thanks, Moosh, for the math. It took just long enough for me to embarrass myself slightly. I mean, 7 plus 4 is really difficult, to be fair. The counts are on the verge of rebellion. They wouldn't do that. Would they? Okay. So, 7 plus 4 was 27. Oh, and Moosh is starting to rebel. If the other counts want to rebel, and I don't even know if that's necessary, punk radical, you can say exclamation rebel. But yeah, I think it's happening. I don't think you need to do anything. I'm gonna go to the horror in the east. Thanks for the drops too. Yeah, no problem. Now, last week the drop was like a veil for the counts. What did you get this time? I just need y'all to be mad. Your Majesty, a monster has been stalking my farms at night, smashing down the doors of cottages and feasting on peasants inside. Sounds ghastly. Only a few have seen the beast and lived to tell the tale. The survivors tell a garbled story about gleaming fangs amid a mountain of blood-soaked fur. Let's see. Send the Count's army to deal with the abomination. 25% military roll. Offer a substantial bounty on the monster. Defiance down. And this is no concern of ours. Farming and stability down. You go with reverse voting again. So, vote for your least favorable option, and the option with the least votes pass. New hats! The Grandees automatically win if they rebel. Do they? Hey. Now, hang on. That completes phase 2 of their plan. I still think they need to complete phase 3. Yeah. They're close. Yeah, it's still not good. You could try and stop the Grandees. I'm sure I would benefit from that not at all. The regiment marches in circles for weeks through swamps and mud, but fails to hunt down the elusive beast. As long as we join the Counts, we will crush the Grandees. I have the most money. Who do I need to bribe? Tell me what you need, and you got it. Stacks on deck, Patron on ice. When they return, many soldiers appear. Oh, I need to get the auto-tune voiceover. Many soldiers appear to have fought back some manner of disease from the bog. They're coughing, pale, and too weak to hold their swords. Military going down. Thank you. I thought I did all right. Meanwhile, the monsters' attack continue to menace. The east. You hear reports that no longer confines its attacks to the nighttime. My wife going to bed. Good night, dear. Soon peasants are too afraid to tend their crops, which lie rotting in their fields. Mayhaps I rebelled too soon? I'm sure it'll be fine. Appler Plonk says, "Good night, Mrs. Sugarheart." Try unrebel. You can always stop the rebellion? Can you? Rebel JK. Smugsworth, I had something I wanted to ask you. Anything I can do for you. As you surely know, I run a very successful lumber company back home in the north. But the current laws are a little restrictive for my trade. Lots of tariffs and regulations, you know how it is. I was hoping you could push some changes in the council, eliminate some of the more cumbersome quality standards for the northern lumber, perhaps. You want me to give the north preferential treatment? I think it's only fair. The other regions just can't compete with us in the lumber trade anyway. Anything for you. What's her face? Thank Morgana. I'll see you there. Alright. I'm gonna have to veto doing nothing for no reason. Certainly not nepotism. Relax quality standards only in the north, or relax quality standards everywhere. Nothing seduces your wife like unfair business practices. I do need that heir. She makes heirs too? Is there anything she can't do? Gods be good, this is terrible. The opposite of what I wanted. Oh. The relaxation of standards all across the kingdom has resulted in lowering the production cost and boosting the economies of all other regions. Unfortunately, it also leads to a lot of collapsed buildings and avoidable accidents. Oh, what's her face? I'm so sorry. Just trying to help. Us and the accountants both got what we wanted. Yeah, everyone's doing great. Honestly, I kind of got what I wanted too. Like, trade going up is good for me. And it almost looked like I was helping my wife.